Hello everyone, my name is Dane Merkel and I'm a second year electrical engineering student. Today we'll be discussing pressure regulators, which as an electrical engineer I find fascinating. So you might be asking yourself, what is a pressure regulator, Dane? Well, if you said some stress relief mechanism to relieve uni students of the pressure they're under, you'd be wrong. However, if you said a brand new fandangled device that's been brought to life just to regulate pressure, well, at least you'd be half right. Pressure regulators have actually been around since the late 1800s and are designed to reduce and maintain a steady pressure of fluid. Keep in mind here that a fluid is any substance that flows, so this can be a liquid or a gas. Oh my god, Dane, that's amazing! I know, right? Well, here's how it works. A pressure regulator is comprised of three main components: an inlet, an outlet, and a variable valve. Fluid enters the regulator through the inlet as shown in this diagram, then exits via the outlet. The fluid passes from the inlet into a chamber that includes a diaphragm that is connected to the valve. This diaphragm valve contraption is the most important piece of an operational pressure regulator. A spring attached to the diaphragm allows the valve to remain open until a nominal pressure is reached on the outlet side of the regulator. This then pulls the valve closed and stops the flow of fluid. As the downstream pressure is reduced, the valve is allowed to open again, allowing a steady pressure to be maintained. By adjusting the stiffness or tension of the spring, it is possible to adjust the pressure regulator's downstream output. But it's so simple, you might say. And you'd be correct, but it gets even better. Not only is it simple, but pressure regulators are also easy to install, adjustable, and they're even reliable. Pressure regulators are even cheap to buy. But why would you want one, you say? Chances are you don't want one. In fact, it's more likely that you already have one and just don't know it. Pressure regulators are used in houses to maintain steady water pressure, in oxyvodding to maintain gas pressure, in air compressors to ensure that tank pressure remains at a safe level and that the pressure coming out of the tank is actually suitable for the task. There's many other common uses for pressure regulators as well, such as scuba diving. It'd be hard to get that oxygen out without a pressure regulator. Even in a field dominated by males, engineers have found a way to utilize pressure regulators in the kitchen so that females don't have to feel left out. They call these pressure cookers. Just kidding. I mean, pressure regulators are even used to regulate LPG or propane gas. That sounds dangerous, doesn't it? What if there's a hole in the diaphragm? Wouldn't that leak? We could all die from that much gas leaking. Fear not, small children. Us brilliant engineers have even designed pressure regulators with safety in mind. A small bleeder hole is added to the top of the casing behind the diaphragm as shown here. This is to remove any excess pressure that may build up behind the diaphragm. This hole is then connected to a monitoring system which can then detect a fault or at least remove any safety risks. For example, in a liquid-based system, an alarm may sound if any liquid is detected in this area of the regulator, indicating a leak, whereas in a gas system, this may be connected to something such as a pilot light, where the gas will be burnt. This may not indicate a fault, but it can be detected when the heater is next serviced. By now, you're probably awestruck by the awesomeness exhibited by this simple device and pondering the question, is there anything these things can't do? Well, alas, to my dismay, there is. Pressure regulators are utterly useless when it comes to measuring flow rates. Another device must be used to do this, but honestly, who cares? That's nowhere near as cool as a pressure regulator. There are many variations of pressure regulators, with each suited to a specific purpose. The two most common, though, include a single or double-stage regulator. If this presentation on this monumental piece of engineering has inspired you, as it did me, I recommend you doing some further research where you can bask in the beauty of the creatures that are commonly known as pressure regulators. Yes, that slide did say questions at the end, but sorry, we're out of time. Please direct any feedback and questions to the contact details below. Thanks, guys.